the security, how can I help you? Really, they need your help. And we do too. Our website is www.hacktivismo.com. You can reach me at mib@hacktivismo.com, or you can just come up and talk with me. I won't bite unless you want me to. I'm here for the rest of the Congress. Thank you for your attention. Now, just to close off, my lovely assistants from Ninja Strike Force, Elliot Pank and Devilish, they'll be handing out candy. Why? Because you've all been very bad boys and girls and we love you. Thank you.
Well, I'm pretty sure this will be remembered for a while. We should really have another camera pointing this way. Maybe you can turn around the camera. They're just passing it on down the line. Very nice. So that was hacktivismo.com. Please join the fun. Well, time is really getting close. We have 2 more talks on the list. Thanks for that. So here's Kai Kunze. You already set up? Okay, here we go.
The laptop was done.
No. It is very, very secure.
Hello, my name is Kai Kunze. I'm a researcher at the University of Passau, and I just thought I'd give you some state-of-the-art developments in the wearable computing area. Just as, you know, there's quite a diverse audience, I thought I'd quickly motivate wearable computing and where I'm coming from. I hope you can, if you have some background, just bear with me for a second, I'll be done. Basically, the idea of, you know, calming us will take us from where we are today. So this is actually an unstaged picture of my desk. To hopefully what, you know, Mark Weiser envisioned in Park and so on, to this beautiful site where computing is integrated everywhere, and it actually helps us without invisibly, without us actually recognizing, to act upon real life problems and processes. So for this, actually, okay, the computer has to know what's going on in the real world. So, and this is done then, of course, over fixed infrastructure sensing, so, you know, microphones, cameras and stuff like that, and of course, and this is where I'm kind of focusing on my work, or our work at the University of Passau, is wearable computing. Probably not like that, but, you know, more unobtrusive, nice. What you see here is the Cubic. It's a belt-integrated computer from ETH Zurich. It's a full-fledged Linux PC, yeah. I'm actually also wearing one. It's a full-fledged Linux PC. Stop pointing at me. Yeah, anyways, it's a full-fledged Linux PC. It runs Debian, and yeah, it's kind of nice. It has Bluetooth, it has a USB host, and yeah, other devices. So basically, you know, there's this Nike sensor coming out, and so basically sensing on the body. And what do we want to do with it is support higher level activities, so in everyday life, in sports and leisure, work and collaboration, and also, of course, in healthcare. Now, how does this work, or just giving you some idea? This is actually an old video, but I just want to show you. So this is the Cubic. It's connected over Bluetooth to an accelerometer on the hand, and this is just a workbench monitoring thing. So what you see here is Georg, a colleague of mine, and he just basically, the Cubic actually does the recognition work, and it sends it over to TCP, and then you see, okay, it recognizes hammering, it recognizes screwing, or actually things like that. What you can do with this is, you know, video annotation, or also you can remind a worker that he forgot an important step during your work. Yeah, more fun thing. So going towards healthcare and so on. A friend of mine, Oliver Amft, at ETH was doing some automatic dietary monitoring. What you do there is basically you use an in-ear microphone and you can actually recognize chewing sounds. So you know how often somebody is actually eating or drinking something, and actually you can also distinguish what somebody is eating, because, for example, fruit like apples make a quite distinct sound from potato chips, for example. Yeah, but it won't help you to recognize if you drink low-fat milk or, you know, so on. Yeah, and continuing, of course, gaming also. This is kind of a Wii 2.0 or whatever you want to see. That's Parking Master. It's basically, the idea behind this was, this is at the Informatics Day in University of Passau. This was actually a project we did for a tutorial at ESWIG, at the International Symposium for Wearable Computings, Wearable Computing, also with ETH. What you see here is basically you stand outside of the car and you try to help the car park, so you actually use real gestures, so you would use more or less in a real world too. I'll try to get the demo running. I tried to get it running for today, but yeah, somehow it didn't work correctly. But maybe catch me over the next 2 or 3 days. Okay, the thing here is basically how this is done is we use some our own software. This is basically over collaborations with ETH and also Lancaster and so on. We worked on a toolbox that's C++. We're currently in process of trying to open source it, and here I also get to the point more or less. So, you know, if you find those application cases and so on interesting, and talk to me later on. We're yeah, in the next couple of months, we will try to open source this this context recognition software. And yeah, also if you're in general interested in wearable computing and body hacking and stuff like that, I have tons of nice videos and other stuff. So come and see me later on. Thank you very much. Here's my contact ID. Yeah.
Yes, internet everywhere. That's much better than laptop everywhere. And when you can wear these kind of things, so they actually detect when you are screwing. I think a photo, yes. But you know, you can probably connect this up to your blog, so everybody will be notified when you score or something at the game. I mean, of course. That could be looking very nicely. So, you can even count scores. Hey, what's your score? Okay. Here we go. This is for the last talk. This is Benjamin, and he's all set up, and here we go.
Hello. My talk is about games and having fun in ways that we're not supposed to have. The game I'm talking about is NetHack. For those of you not familiar with it, I can't imagine anyone here, but still, the game NetHack is a roguelike game where you crawl through a dungeon, kill monsters, and have to find an amulet, which is more or less well guarded. One thing is, there are a few monsters in there which split when they're being hit. So you hit the monster and suddenly you have 2 of them, with less hit points, but still 2 of them. This can be abused in a way so that you have infinite of these monsters. Every monster, when killed, gives experience, gives points, and it can give items, which is, in a game like NetHack, maybe I should say a bit more. You have items like weapons, armor, think World of Warcraft. It's like this, but only in text mode. You have no graphics. So, someone told me it was impossible to automate this process, so made it possible. What I used there, what do you need to do this? This whole thing is called pudding farming, because the monster is called a black pudding. So we use a little setup like this here. Every 0 here defines a boulder which cannot be passed. The @ is me, my player. The underscore is an altar to my god. And these 3 spaces are free space where one can move, where monsters can move. We then wait or create or in some other way make one black pudding to appear here in this area. Start to hit it so that it splits. And with a bit of work, we have a few hundred of them relatively easily in about half an hour. At that point, we can start pudding farming. So now, how to automate this? All you have is a keyboard and a connection to a Telnet server. The game can be played on the servers, NetHack Alt.org being the most popular one, and the tournament every November. On these servers, you can simply connect to Telnet, which I used to connect the Perl script to this Telnet stream. I then started to parse every data that came in, including escape characters, color codes, all these things that made people think it was impossible to do this. With a bit of regex magic, I started to make it possible, and the end result then looked something like this. Every colored letter is a monster, every black P, every blue P is a black pudding, and this ad in here is me.
He's even weirder than I thought.
All this is realized within a Perl script, which has such a high hack value that is probably only maintainable by me and Larry Wall. Which goes on to prove that hack value isn't everything if you want to look at your code again in a few months. I haven't looked at this code in a few months myself, and I'm afraid to do so again. But it still works. I've tested it a few days ago, but unfortunately the game is no longer running, and so I can't show you this script in live right now. A lot of situations are handled, and if the bot encounters some situations it can't handle, it simply stops. Which means you can, at this point, pick up the game yourself, continue playing, and then give the bot the command to start up again, and it will return to action. This is the server, NetHack Alt.org. You can just telnet to this server and register a user, which will then look like this. Yeah, Congress Network is making it difficult for me. Well, while we're waiting, one other thing that is nice about this server, you can watch other people playing, you can send them messages, which can be particularly nasty if someone wants to play some so-called conducts in which he wants to adhere to some restrictions, self-imposed restrictions. One of those is illiterate, so he can't read anything. The moment he reads something, he has broken this conduct and usually wants to kill his game character right now. And a lot of people have already been forced to quit this way. So it's not that easy. The game sounds quite easy. I've been playing for 5 years before I beat it for the first time. So if you want to play, use Telnet to NetHack Alt.org, register a user, and watch for Blind Coder, which is me. Thanks for your attention. If you want to contact me, I'm here on DACT 2307, and other kinds of contact information are placed on the wiki page for the Lightning Talks.
Thank you very much. We are dead on time, which is nice. So I hope you will give us some feedback via the wiki page, and I hope to see you tomorrow again when we will have scheduled for 11 talks. So see you then. Thank you.